everybody. Welcome to another episode of troubleshooting all of the nonsense that happens in the world with human beings.
Yes.
Another day, another episode to traffic our petty grievances. So I'm going to start with you, Yorke. Let's just get straight into it.
Can we introduce
Can we say
ourselves?
hello?
I thought that's what we were doing. We go into what we've had and then say, hi, we are.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Fair enough. So I've had it with, I know we always talk about me on the bus and shuttles and whatever, but I had it this
Never
morning.
ending.
You love
But
the
never
shuttle.
ending.
For a change, this doesn't have anything to do with the shuttle. It was somebody who sat next to me this morning
Okay.
and they smelt insane. Like, I'm sorry, but it's becoming summer.
Yeah.
Can we just normalize personal hygiene?
Explain the smell.
It was just not a smell. I was not trying to smell it. He sat next to me, I smelt it and I went, and I faced the window for the entirety of the bus ride.
Yeah.
And then when we got off, I was like, I can
It was
breathe
a
again. So I
man,
was like
ne?
holding my breath.
It was a man.
Yes.
So was it a smell of not taking a shower,
It
not
was-
putting
Yeah, that's
deodorant?
what I was saying.
It
Like,
was like
explain
that.
What
it.
was it?
It was like a sweat smell, but also like worse. I don't know, guys. I don't want to think about it. But it was like an unhygienic smell. And I'm like, just hygiene.
You know,
Basic hygiene.
You know how different people's homes smell?
Yes.
Ne?
When you walk into someone's house and there's a smell in that house, but that smell's always there. It's not
Right.
about what
Yeah.
they're cooking or whatever. It's just the
always there.
person's
It's
like
house.
It's the same with certain like rooms on campus and whatever as well. In classrooms, you walk in and you're like, and it just smells the same all the time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
no, but it's getting closer to hotter weather, so
please, just a little
Shower.
bit of deodorant. It goes so far. It goes so far.
maybe
Just a
maybe
little
we
bit,
should
just
start having like people who are looking out for people that don't put on deodorant.
Like
honestly,
police.
like
Wait, so what's the process?
before you get into the bus or any public space,
They sniff
there's
you.
something-
The way it used to be screened for your temperature for
Ne?
COVID-19, now we just do it for deodorant.
That's oh my! Imagine being in the line and they say,
we feel like you don't belong here, buddy.
"You're not good enough today."
Go home and put on deodorant. or roll on.
Like we have an app, since we have an app for everything. That you do a checklist in the morning. I showered, yes, I've showered.
Have I put on deodorant?
Have I put on deodorant? Yes.
But
Have I
guys,
brushed
Lotion.
my
Have
teeth?
we ever considered
Please.
that that's just their natural scent?
Then mask it with deodorant because it's not pleasing. I'm sorry.
But then that's a medical condition that you need to take that you need to take care of very early.
Yeah.
Because I mean you can't go around smelling. Oh well, this is just how I smell. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like
You
Yeah.
it
can't do
wasn't
that.
just I'm not gonna be like horrible about it. He wasn't just like he kind of smells. It was like you haven't put on deodorant and you've been sweating and it's gross. And
But
this was
also it's in the
before 9
morning.
a.m. This was
That is
before
crazy.
9 a.m.
In the
Guys,
morning.
He's probably one of those people that like bath at night. and
He
then they're
just
like,
woke
"Shut
up. No, he was
Yeah, and
probably
then
late.
like ish.
It's a Friday. He was late for his class, so he just like put on clothes that were probably dirty and then like.
I don't
came
get that
to
because you
campus.
sweat at night. There's
You
people that
do.
like shower at
I
night
have
for
to
the
shower.
following morning. I'm like,
Exactly.
you sweat at night,
I
you
have to
turning,
shower in the
tossing.
morning.
No,
Yeah, so
absolutely not.
I've had it with the lack of personal hygiene.
And it seems like they're never aware. The people that actually lack
Guys,
personal
and-
hygiene, they're
Normalize
never
telling
aware.
And
people,
guys, that's
normalize telling
literally
people.
my biggest fear. Like I have a fear of
too.
smelling because I
Right.
can see that people who smell
They
don't
don't know.
know.
Just aren't aware.
Literally,
The
like
same
people
thing.
whose breath stinks, people who smell in general, they don't
The
know.
can we also like brushing your teeth?
Also, sometimes I
there's too many
realize
people
it's
are
not
not doing
even
this.
not about brushing your teeth. People have like tonsil stones.
That's
People have
true.
all these things. You can smell. Sometimes it's not even about you didn't brush your teeth. There's something inside of your stomach. It's coming out of it's
Through your
literally-
pores.
Exactly, like you're rotten inside.
Damn.
Being rotten is crazy. You're rotten
to the
inside.
core.
Take care of yourself. You're rotten inside.
No shame. But do something cleanse. But then they never know.
That's the thing, because we of society has
That's
not
what-
normalized telling people
But, like, we
that
can-
you stink.
And I
Yes.
literally was talking to Yorke the other day about how I have a fear of like smelling, and
Yeah,
I was
I do
telling you
too.
about like brushing my teeth till I start like damn near almost vomiting because I'm like back there like I cannot be one of those people, guys. I cannot. I'm scared.
Yeah, I also try to
Nah.
make sure all the time. And telling people it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be rude about it. Like, let's come up with a way to say it nicely. Like, hey,
Guys, I'm sorry. I
listen,
struggle
yeah.
with those kinds of conversations. I had like this
Same.
Yeah, it's
little
awkward.
boyfriend.
Same.
I had
It is
this little
awkward.
boyfriend, guys, and he kind of
What's a little boyfriend?
He was kind of stinky. No, his breath was stinky, but he was a very clean man. So that's why I did research. That's why I know about tonsil stones and all that stuff, because I was like, this nigga is sick.
So did he have any of those?
I don't know. I
Or you
never
ended up
spoke.
not finding out?
I broke up with him. I genuinely.
Okay, so the question that is in everybody's mind, what was happening when you guys were kissing? Did it come through?
Did we kiss? I don't want to talk about this because now it's
You brought it up.
You know when people
And you
break up and then that one says and he was like this and he was like that. It's like, but you were with him, bro.
No,
You were
kissing
with
him
him.
the whole time. On that
Okay,
mouth.
but also, guys, I don't remember like when we started dating. That was not the case.
Oh, okay. So it developed within the relationship. That's a tough one, hey?
No, it was so crazy. Like I was having mental breakdowns all the time.
Because
Me
of
and-
the stinking mouth.
Me and my no, literally, me and my friend. I was like, friend, should we make a fake Instagram page and tell him? And then I was like, I felt so bad for him. Like, and I remember I'd make like fake scenarios and be like, oh my God, like, would you tell your friend if like, you know? And he was like, yeah, because my friend is an extension of me. So if he smells bad, then that means, you know? And I felt so bad, like I'm a bad person. But guys, it's so hard to have these difficult conversations. Like I feel bad. I'm like, yo, what am I supposed to say? You stink. Yo, babe, you stink.
That is crazy.
No,
Can you
babe.
brush your teeth?
No, it's not about him brushing his teeth. I've seen him brush them. It doesn't matter. Ooh, You still smell like poo.
Wow.
Okay.
But I think the reason why it's so hard to talk about it in society. Wow. Tshegofatso.
If you're watching this, I'm
sorry.
so sorry.
Oh, there's a possibility that they might be watching.
Oh, no, for sure.
Okay, good
My
luck.
exes keep tabs on me.
Oh.
Good luck. I thought he was blocked everywhere and he's not going to find out that you're
I
doing
never
a podcast.
block. Do you guys block your exes? Why? No
I don't.
way.
I usually get blocked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't get blocked.
Maybe that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, a whole
Let's
different
not get into
podcast.
that.
Not this podcast.
But that's real love. That's how you know they really loved you if they block you. Because
Yeah,
they're
'cause
like,
they
if I
don't want to actually
exactly.
get
If I
back
don't
to you.
block you, like I'm gonna keep texting you. So let me block you. I feel like that's when you know
guess.
someone
Yeah.
really loved you.
I guess.
yeah,
I
I,
guess I
love
was
this
never-
Delulu conversation
I was
that's
I was
going
never
on.
really loved.
It's either the sorry.
Sorry.
Because why am I not blocked? Why don't you
Meh.
hate me? You know what I'm saying? I didn't do enough.
Like you
to
can still see me and not say anything and like don't tell me you
Exactly.
miss me.
Crazy.
I
How come?
didn't do enough for you, and I'm sorry. I failed you.
Anyway.
Full announcement to all your exes.
As I was saying, I think the reason why it's so hard to have these conversations in society because we've normalized shame around people that stink. Like we make it like such a shameful thing. You
It
can't
is,
tell a
though.
person that.
But it's
No,
natural.
but no, telling a person is like not shameful.
That's what I mean.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be shameful
Like,
to sit
hey,
down with your friend and say, friend,
Yeah.
Your
you
body's
need
doing
to
a thing.
shower more often because you
fix
stink
that.
more than other people. Maybe not stink. Maybe,
Maybe
it's
I'm.
like-
I
let's
think
not-
I'm
yeah.
immature. I might
It
be.
is difficult.
No,
to talk
even the
about.
most mature people like
Don't talk about
struggle
this.
with this conversation. To be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
What have you had it with?
I have had it with people randomly calling me. You need to book to call me. Please
Meh.
text me before you call me. If you randomly call me,
agree.
I'm not picking up the phone. And everybody knows this about me. I've always been like this. Don't randomly call me. I hate that. I hate it so much. I'm chilling and you randomly. If you're not my parent, not even my boyfriend can do that. I'm so sorry. Please
I
book
agree.
with me. Book and say, can I call you now? Are you busy? Sometimes I'm not even busy, but I don't want to be on the
I'm
on a
just not
on
in
a
the
phone
mood.
call. I hate being on the phone.
Me too.
Like, no, please.
But also, I'm also the offender on this one. I would call my friends anytime I want to talk to them.
no. Okay, no.
There's certain friends that I can do it with. Like, you
No,
have
but
to
guys,
build-
do you know what
build
it
your
is?
way
It's
up.
like you can call me about like something. I don't know what to say, but like, don't just randomly call me about like anything. Like, oh, how have you been? No.
No, if it's
Yeah, like,
textable
let's-
Yes,
or
if it's
Yeah.
like,
not
oh,
important,
what are you
then-
doing like tonight? Yeah. Then we plan on the phone, things
Yeah.
like that. But don't randomly call me like
I
to
agree.
like
Just-
catch up.
yeah.
No, text me.
Yeah, I also hate people texting or checking on me via call, via video.
Exactly,
Like,
something-
how are you doing? I'm just checking up.
It's
Exactly.
the
I
social equivalent
understand.
of this could have been an email.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, you could have
And
texted me.
I understand if we can't text about it and then like call me. Like that's fine. But then don't randomly call me about things that you could have texted me about.
Yeah.
I hate that.
And then tell me you're gonna call me.
People
Like, let
never
just
call me because I
prepare.
hate that. Don't call me, please. This is crazy.
Same.
If you're gonna call me, please text me so I can say, okay, mentally prepare myself to be called. Like it's such a stressful thing for me. I don't know.
It is.
It
Shame.
stresses me.
I also had it with that.
Yeah.
Completely had it, especially the video call.
I was
ones.
just gonna
That
say
is
then they
a
Video
bit
call is
wild.
crazy.
randomly video call you.
You guys
and I'm
know
like,
who not to do that to. Don't ever video call me. That's crazy.
Put it down for the permanent record on this podcast.
Like-
do not
Never
video call
me.
us ever,
Thank you. Ever. You're like serious. Ever.
unless I've told you or I initiate. Don't call me because chances are you're gonna find me not looking like you've seen
I'm
me
not picking
before.
up. What?
I'm not picking
But
up.
also
either.
going back to the conversation of your boyfriend or your partner not being able to call you anytime. That is a bit weird.
Okay, wait.
Because if I was dating someone and I can't call them whenever I want to call them, I'm just like, what's happening?
Maybe I haven't been in love before.
Damn.
I've actually considered that because I'm like, why am I so irritated by things that should be making me happy? Maybe I don't like you. And I think I'm basing this off of like my last like situation. Don't like every time you just randomly, I'm like, what do you want?
Damn.
So maybe I just didn't like you enough. I don't know.
There's something about being on this couch that like
Nah.
feels like a therapy session with
It's,
Jack
all,
sitting
it's
there. Like, our
always,
stories
it's always
just come out.
relationships with Tshegofatso. Now the exes are being
It's not
bashed
always
since we began.
relationships with me.
This
What?
is the third time.
It's just some
Fourth
sort of
time having this
trauma.
episode, right? Four
Yes.
times, the fourth episode.
Yes.
And it's the fourth time you're mentioning exes and you're mentioning
I
relationships.
think it's because
Some
it's a
sort
part
of
of
personal
life.
trauma is coming out.
That's always your excuse.
Because it is a part of
It is a
life.
part of life.
How?
It's like,
What must I talk about?
The weather.
Like,
okay, let's move on to what I've had it with.
Yes.
yes.
Oh, okay.
We're dying
Some
to know.
eagerness.
We're like,
So I have had it up to my eyeballs with overly sensitive people. Like you can't say a word to these people. You can't seem not woke to these people. Like, yeah, you say one thing, then the Karens come out
I'm the victim of this thing, hey? I'm a victim.
of
Literally.
being oversensitive.
yeah.
No, of
No.
people being overly sensitive about things that I say. That's why I feel like I just have a tight circle of people who understand what I'm saying
Nah.
and
Yes.
don't get offended easily.
Because
And
those
then-
people know that the things I say are meant in a certain way.
Yes,
like, they're
and
not
I'm not
meant
being-
maliciously. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
you get me. And You get what
Yes.
I'm saying. And
Yeah.
you know I would never actually do that.
Yeah, and also like just like relax.
Yeah, can we just relax? That's what I want to say. Can
Let people
everybody
be.
just relax? Like, why is
Relax.
everybody so sensitive?
I spoke about this on the show and I said we are a generation of thinkers.
Thinkers.
Nah.
We are
What's a
thinking
thinking.
so hard.
Like let's stop.
Everything
are-
is deep,
Everything is so deep.
researched.
Okay, but guys, things are deep. I understand.
agree.
But then some things is just like relax. Like, oh my god, we can't do anything
We can't even joke
about
anymore
anything.
about anything.
Yo. And it's not like we're joking about like death or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like
Have we not joked about that before?
Please don't.
Do we?
You're gonna call us out here.
Do we? No.
No,
I've
not
never
like-
joked about
not
death.
like in a. I don't know. I
We
feel
don't
like
joke about that, but
contextual.
sometimes you laugh at the way that it's said. Oh yeah, they died.
Yeah, but then we're not laughing about the death.
Yeah, it's-
Do you
it's
know what I'm
about-
saying? It's never anything harmful, but then people take things so seriously.
Come, I'm whipping up my phone now because I just remembered that I went into a deep dive into the highly sensitive personality as people. I'm literally last night I was sitting on my bed. I was like,
Jack is
this
speaking
needs
from
to go on the podcast.
personal
I can't have
experience.
this.
Yeah, what are they saying?
So research also shows that the lack of parent warmth growing up may cause a child to develop high sensitivity and carry this trait into adulthood.
Oh my goodness.
Damn, that's deep.
That's
It's
deep.
very deep.
That's
Like
deep.
you didn't get.
But
that
doesn't that
child.
make you empathize with the people? Low-key, you're like, damn,
That's
it's because
why
of
you
your
are the way
parents.
you are.
No, but we can't as a society now all the time. We're blaming your parents.
Yeah,
we're
that's so
blaming
true.
Your traumas.
Because
Yeah,
now you're
take
old.
ownership.
Okay, we can blame your parents for your trauma when you're 15. But then how about you become aware
Because
of
you
yourself
can learn and grow from
and
it.
grow out of it. We all have things happening, but we're not blaming everything on how we grew up. Yes,
That's true.
things from our childhoods affect us, but we're not like projecting onto everyone in the world because we're self-aware and we can
Nah.
see what you're doing is not okay and I grow out of it. Yes, you were conditioned as a
Exactly.
child, but you're fine now.
That's like-
well, you're not fine, but then you can see what you're doing.
You're
It's
right.
like, yeah, it's like when kids are like brats or being bratty, and then people are like, oh, it's the parents' fault. Like, yes, because they're spoiling the kid. But there comes a time where eventually the kid needs to like realize,
Take ownership
listen,
of yourself and your emotions.
Yes, it was your
Exactly.
parents' fault, and that sucks. Sorry,
Yeah.
like I'm sorry that happened, but like you also need to, you can fix that.
Mm.
Because
Like,
also
we need to stop shifting blame.
I'm
Take
really not
accountability.
like willing anymore to just tiptoe around people's traumas. And it's being so highly centered. Like
oh
it's
my word, that is so true.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we can't even joke
Yeah.
with you when we have to like, duck and dive when we have conversations around you. Absolutely not.
I think there is obviously a time to be sensitive, but like we shouldn't have to walk on eggshells around people.
Nah.
Like,
and I was
because
listening.
just know I'm not doing it on purpose.
There
I
was
don't
this-
want to trigger you. Sorry, go.
Yeah, there was this one audio that I was listening to of this lady in court. She was talking about how if you are part of society, then it's nobody should be allowed and protected from being offended, firstly, and nobody should be protected from being discriminated against, because that's part of being in society. You're going to get people that are going to offend you, people that are going to discriminate against you, because we are not all the same. We have different
Yes.
personalities,
That's
different
true.
beliefs. So I don't
Different
understand this.
backgrounds.
Nah? So we all going to come from a space where we think what we think is right, So if you are now, you're going to be like, oh no, it mustn't offend me. If anybody offends me, I'm taking this to the court. Can you just relax?
Yeah, I agree.
Can you just calm down?
People need to calm down.
do
we
need
to
need,
calm
we need
down.
to calm down as a society.
I love this. You need to calm down.
Let's
No, literally.
tell the cameras.
Like,
tell them.
No, I'm literally like, it's not even funny.
This
Yeah.
generation
so-
of thinkers.
It's so serious.
Yeah, no, people need to
Enough.
calm down.
As long as your beliefs are not like infringing on people's basic human rights,
Exactly.
relax. Like it's a belief, I guess. I don't
Also, if you don't want to hear it, then stop listening.
Block your ears.
Cut the channel. Cut it
Like-
off. Yeah.
Leave.
Okay, so welcome to the podcast. This is what we do right here. Just traffic petty grievances.
Yes.
I am Check Apelele.
I'm Tshegofatso Masiela.
And I'm your Colson.
Yeah, welcome again. We are the Rush Hour team that does the UCT radio from Monday to Thursday, 4 till 7 p.m.
Yes.
Yeah, Tshegofatso does the news. And then Yorke does the sports.
No, I'm tired of this tone. I'm kidding.
His tone is killing me. Anyway, I wanna talk about today. Segue into what we are calling like social responsibility. Ne? When it comes to tiptoeing around people, whose responsibility is it to take care of people's feelings? Let's say we are in this room, ne? Tshegofatso, Yorke, and myself. Who has the responsibility not to offend the other?
Damn.
Because if now
Getting
if
deep.
like, what are we talking about? So
No.
if you are offended by maybe, I don't know, something that I say, and then I'm also offended by something that I say, in that instance, who's then supposed to be like, no guys, like we shouldn't be doing this, because we're both offended now. So where do we draw the line? Ne?
Oh, wow. Yorke, you go first.
Okay, if we're getting deep, I feel like there needs to be a balance between yourself being respectful towards other people, like obviously not going and meaning to insult somebody, but also we need to take accountability and we all need to be in charge of our own feelings. I think there's this thing in society where people are too quick to like blame judgment and be like, but you hurt me, and not want to take
Nah.
accountability of their own feelings. Like, you're in charge of your feelings.
Yes.
If you didn't say to me, these kinds of things offend me, how was I supposed to know? This is all about communication. How was I supposed to know that you're going to get offended that I said that? If you told me beforehand, I wouldn't have said it. But obviously, I'm not going to say it to offend you. Like,
But also,
Purpose. But
to be
that's so
honest,
real.
guys, it's not always possible to tell people outright that, hey, this is offensive to me. Don't
yeah,
say
I
this.
agree. It's going to be random to just start and be like, listen, so before we start this conversation, this and this triggers me. I get that you can't do that. But like, when I say that, don't get offended because I didn't know.
And I feel like it's both of the people's responsibility, but also if I say this offends me, you can't be like, oh, but I didn't mean to offend you.
Yes.
I mean, you, like, just accountability, like
Yes.
you said. Like, be like, oh, I didn't mean to offend you. This is what I meant by it, but I'm sorry.
But
Do you
I'm
know what I'm
sorry
saying?
that I did offend
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Don't be like, you can't get offended.
Yes, like
Because now you're dictating somebody else's feelings.
feelings, exactly.
You can only be in charge of your
So
own.
it's both the parties' responsibility.
A conversation always goes two ways.
Yes.
But society, that's not how
what do
society
you
looks
think?
like, though.
What do you? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that
that's
is
true.
true.
Society is literally wired in such a different way. Because the first person, I guess, that says the first thing is the one who's always like now with the most validity in terms of their feelings. Gandhi, you might offend me, say something first to me, and then I get like, oh, yeah, that's offensive. And then I say offensive things back to you. And then now you are offended, I'm offended, we're all offended, you know. So where's the accountability there? Hey, who should now say, you know, the first who was offended or the one who took more offense? I hate society.
Me too.
There's so many rules and
There are.
I feel like there isn't a simple answer to this question.
Yeah,
because
because
if there
it just
was,
depends
like,
on the
society
people.
would be cured. Like, we'd all be
Exactly.
fine if we all knew, like,
And
who
if we
to
all
take.
had the same mentality.
But we don't.
Yeah.
So we kind of need to, like, work around that and realize that and be like,
Oh, we could
well,
just leave each other alone.
or that.
that's a solution. Just leave me alone. Get out of my space. So yeah, and this research got me thinking about how the researcher speaks about how your parents not giving you warmth will then affect you in society. We come with so much baggage into society, and now it must be our responsibility to baby you and pamper you. And I'm just like, can you just leave us alone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quite heavy.
true. We got
Quite
deep today,
heavy.
you guys.
Yeah, sorry for this.
Damn.
Sorry for this. We are a bit irked by sensitive people.
Yes.
Which we are going to reveal in the next episode.
Tune in.
Tune in for the next episode to find out what happened to us.
Find out who did this to us. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We also have like trauma, but it's not from our parents. Well, there is, but I mean,
That too, but
We handle that.
we had,
We'll
You know
handle
what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah.
and also wait, before we go, teaching people how to handle trauma. For me, I think because I've met a lot of psychologists. I've been to a lot. Okay, now I'm gonna sound
I
crazy.
was like,
I'm not nuts.
No,
I'm-
don't.
I'm-
Going to a psychologist does not
Nah.
mean you're
Crazy.
crazy.
Thank
Yes.
you.
It's healthy and it's advisable.
I
Everyone
agree.
should
Everyone
go.
should go. If
You
it
know
wasn't
when
so
people are like,
expensive.
but I don't have any issues. You actually do.
Everybody does.
Who's this? What did you do to Tshegofatso?
I mean, I don't know.
But anyway, I've been to a lot of psychologists. So for me, because I also have like two friends that are like psychologists. One is a clinical psychologist. The other one is like, I don't know what psychology they do, but it's like talking to people and counseling.
Oh,
Yes.
counselor.
Yeah. So I see how rackety their lives are, these psychologists, and I'm just like, how are you giving advice to people when your life is like,
No, but to be fair, it's like when you're giving, you guys are going to say I love relationships. But when you're giving someone relationship advice,
Yeah.
like they
It's
like
true.
they confide in you and then you tell them advice, but you don't follow that advice.
Because you
but
can
it's still good
always-
advice.
You can always
It's a real
judge
thing.
something better from an outside perspective
Perspective.
because you see the whole thing. Whereas
Exactly.
when you're in it,
Yeah.
you only see what's in front of you. So in your own like relationships or your own life, you struggle to deal with it. But that's why also all psychologists are required to see a psychologist by the law. So they've got somebody looking into their life, but they're looking into other people's lives.
Yeah.
that could
So,
be true,
yeah.
but also sometimes I feel like they kind of like project.
I think that is possible.
No, that's
And a lot
very
of older people, when you are like young and then you come into their session, they're like projecting like, no, I did this, and then we always try and do this in life, but it's not gonna work. We need to break. I'm like, lady or man, wherever you are, this is not your life.
But that's why you
Yeah.
just have to find a psychologist that you gel with.
Yeah, not everyone.
Yeah,
is
not
good at
all
their
of
job.
them are like
Not
to
everyone's
be-
meant to
like
be a
just because they
psychologist.
just because they got their degree doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying?
Oof, okay.
Like that's not God. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know?
As long as the sessions don't feel like scripted, then I'm fine with it, because most of them feel either scripted or they feel like it's you posing what your life should have looked like.
Yeah, you can tell they learned it from a textbook sometimes because they just give the same responses or ask the same questions, no matter what you say.
Guys,
Crazy.
we are sick as a society. Nobody can fix us. It's fine.
Damn.
It's fine. Let's just learn to live with each other.
Sure,
too.
hectic.
Hectic.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna leave y'all now.
I'm leaving you.
Yeah, it's been fun. I'm gonna leave y'all now.
With this food for thought, we're gonna leave you with
Yeah, with this food for thought. But yeah,
discuss.
this was one of our most serious, deep conversational
what happened?
episodes.
What's happened?
Because we are hurt, Yorke.
Scorned.
We are
Also,
hurt.
we need
Been
to show the
scorned.
people that we have different sides.
The
Nah.
duality of mankind.
Exactly.
We can be silly, but we can also be serious and wise. Crazy.
Okay. See you on the next one. We'll see you on episode 5 of this podcast. We're still gonna find a name. What's the name of the podcast?
We
Like, this is incompetence on our end.
You were saying like
They trust us to
traffic
be
something. I don't know.
competent.
We should just call it like traffic. I don't know.
that's crazy.
That's not happening.
That's
That is not happening.
I'm
Beep,
so
beep, and then we
that's
have the little
insane.
intro, the beep beep. What's happening on your?
What is Yorke talking about?
with Yorke.
Because in the beginning you said we're trafficking our grievances,
So we should
So it'd
name
be
the show
traffic.
Traffic.
and it's radio. You guys, you see, it's,
No.
it's layered.
no.
Okay, come up with a better idea then.
Okay, I will.
Yes.
Okay,
Standing on business. Anyway, you can
When?
also suggest a name. Let's let people suggest a
that's
name.
a good idea. That's a
Yes.
better idea.
Yeah, because clearly you can see how incompetent we are. So
4 episodes in, we don't have a name.
we don't have a
Help.
name.
This
Yeah.
will come out in December. I'm kidding.
Oh, Chad.
Whenever you're seeing this,
2026.
whatever year you're watching this on YouTube, please
Make sure that you drop a name.
tell us what we should
we
call
could
ourselves.
still use it because hey, yo.
And also, I mean, this is our 4th episode, so you would have to go watch all the other episodes to be able to come up with a name for us, ne?
Episode
Yes.
86 in 2026. We're like, guys, we finally have a name.
2026.
Yo, Yorke, please.
Don't say that. We can't manifest that, guys.
Yeah.
We
You're gonna help us get a name.
Yes.
For this podcast. Yeah, gonna help us get a name. Anyway, catch you on UCT Radio 4 till 7 p.m. Thursdays, Wednesdays, Tuesdays, and Mondays.
Okay.
yeah.
I almost
Yeah,
said Thursdays
sure.
to Sundays, but I was like
Yo.
Thursdays, and then go back, Jack. Go back.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.